this also get rocking up.
So let me break it all down for you.
I ain't never giving up, I ain't never
You know
giving
I'm taking that crown from you.
I ain't worried about you.
What's going on, you guys? It's the FPL Penguin back again with another video for you all. And today's video, I'm going to be showing you some budget players and some other budget players to avoid going into this coming season. So basically, the best budget players to look out for and the worst budget players to go for. So if you enjoy this video, guys, hit that like button, hit subscribe and share this video. Really appreciate it, and enjoy the video, guys. Now, the first one I want to talk about is Amati from Leicester. Now, he's priced at 4 million, owned by 8.7% of managers so far. Now, he's come to a lot of people's attention since he started in that 1-0 win against Man City in the Community Shield. So it looks like, especially now we know Fofana, unfortunately, you know, he's picked up that huge injury in pre-season and it looks like he could be out for a while. Is this Daniel Amati's time to shine? Is this his chance? He started, he got a clean sheet, priced at 4 million, very, very cheap. One of those budget gems we're looking at hopefully bringing in. He got 1 goal last season, only got about 718 minutes under his belt last season. But with Fofana out, if they don't sign another defender, he could be a real gem. And I don't see anything wrong with that. 4 million, slap him on your bench or start him against Wolves. If you look at the fixtures as well, just read the fixtures off here. He's got Wolves at home, he's got West Ham away, he's got Norwich away, then he's got City at home. But the first three, if we look at them, I still see them as tough, you know, trying to keep a clean sheet. The first two I'm talking about, Wolves, they got Jimenez, they still got Traore. Jimenez looking sharp in pre-season. West Ham with Antonio, still looking sharp without Lingard, and you've got Benrahma doing well. But I don't see anything wrong with that, especially priced at 4 million. He could be a real gem, as I like to call him, a hidden gem. Well, hey. So definitely consider him, guys. He's starting that 1-0 win against Man City, so definitely consider him. So the next player I want to talk about is Joe Willock. He's about to join Newcastle. A deal has been agreed as I'm speaking now, and we're just waiting for him to sign the contract and rejoin the Geordie club. He had a fantastic short-term loan at Newcastle with 8 goals to his name and 0 assists in 1,210 minutes for the Geordies. And still, I know his price has gone up to 6 million, but for Newcastle, he linked up well with Wilson, and I still think he's a real gem. He really is, and one to consider bringing into your team. Well, I'll have a look at the fixtures as well. He's only owned by 1.2%, but expected to change once he's re-signed with Newcastle, just like how Danny Ings signed with Villa. The ownership went up. But if you look at the fixtures, this is who he would have if he re-signed with Newcastle, which is edging more closer to it. He would have West Ham at home, which Newcastle in the last 3 meetings versus West Ham have won all 3. Villa away, then he's got Southampton, then he's got United, Manchester United, then he's got Leeds United, Watford and then Wolves. So this is the first 7 fixtures for Newcastle United. But if you look at the first 3, always very important to look at the first 3 to 4 fixtures for any team going into the new season. West Ham, like I said, got a great record. Newcastle in the last 3 games against them, so could be goals both sides, and if they re-sign Willock, could be amazing. West Ham looking a bit shaky at the back, and Newcastle could exploit those weaknesses as well. Aston Villa looking like a tight unit, but they have picked up injuries have been picked up by Watkins and Wendia. Okay, fair enough, that's attacking wise, but it could be an exciting game, that too. Southampton at home as well, their defence isn't particularly great, it's a bit 50-50, so if you bring Willock in, I think the first 3 games are lovely to target. I really do think so. Another player I want to talk about, budget midfielder, Stuart Dallas, owned by just less than 17% as I'm talking to you guys now. Priced at 5.5, last season was a defender, but this season is now a midfielder. He picked up about 8 goals and 3 assists to his name for Leeds United in their fantastic season back in the Premier League in like 16 years, was it? After being out of the Premier League, they've got Manchester United away. It's going to be a very tough game once again for him. If you have been following their pre-season too. Everton at home, Burnley away. They've got Liverpool home. They've got Newcastle away, West Ham at home. But if you look at the first 2 games are going to be tough. But Everton could be one to target. If you want to bring in Stuart Dallas, we know what he's like. They've signed Firput left back, so it looks like Stuart Dallas will keep his place in that centre mid role. He's been playing well in pre-season, been following him well in pre-season. And I think if you haven't for the Everton game, Everton's defence looking shaky as always. Could be a good one to target, especially Burnley away could be still a good one to target too. So I think Stuart Dallas is still a good one to go for. Like I said, 8 goals and 3 assists. He's just that free roam sort of centre mid player, very attacking, attacks the attacking third, and still a good option to go for if you can't get someone like Rafinha or Harrison, especially Rafinha. Moving on to players to avoid, budget players to avoid. Start off with Luke Ayling from Leeds United. Owned by 12.3% of managers so far, priced at 4.5 million. And he only kept 12 clean sheets last season, playing 3,399 minutes for Leeds United. Fantastic season from last season. But if you've been following the pre-season, they look shaky. They really do look shaky. Ayling's not one for goals or assists, getting no goals or assists last season. Fixtures-wise, Manchester United, Everton at home then. He's got Burnley, he's got Liverpool at home, Newcastle. Going to be tough games. I can't really see Leeds doing well. It's going to be second season syndrome. If you've been following the Leeds United account, you've been seeing a lot of Leeds United fans, especially after the Ajax games, calling for the manager to be sacked. Leeds could be in a relegation scrap, they're saying. This is what I've been seeing. They don't look good watching them. They don't look good. They look shaky. They've only basically made one signing in Firpo. So this could be a long, hard season for Leeds United and Bielsa. It really could. So I say Ayling, there's better options out there, budget options. So I'd say Ayling and Leeds United defence, avoid for now. Now I have to talk about this guy, Tsimikas. I tell you something, you know, he's been hard. Obviously, he's not going to be number one with Robertson fit and ready because Robertson's absolutely amazing. Robertson out injured for God knows how long, picking up an injury against Athletic Bilbao. A lot of people saying, what about this guy? Tsimikas? Yeah, fair enough. You know, 4 million. If he starts, could be a real bargain, but I don't think he will. James Milner, Klopp has always opted when Robbo's out injured for James Milner with the experience, and I can't really see Sim. I'm going to call him Sim. Sim starting. I really can't. But if he started for FPL wise, would be lovely. For a Liverpool double up on Trent or Tsimikas, it would be lovely, especially being 4 million while Robbo's out injured. But I think with experience, especially me being a Liverpool fan, I'd rather see experience there. So maybe James Milner going for left back because he has played there. So I'd rather see James Milner. It's more likely it will be James Milner. So I'd definitely say avoid Tsimikas. Another player I think you guys should avoid is Smith Rowe. All this hype, you know, number 10 shirt, new long-term contract with the club, priced at 5.5. He looks like a real gem with that. Looking at the stats as well, with 2 goals and 5 assists to his name, could get more games. I know he's got Pepe next to him, he's got Aubameyang, you know, Saka. You know, it's going to be interesting. You know, fixtures-wise as well, if you look, he's got Brentford, then he's got Chelsea, and then he's got Man City. You know, especially 2 teams that can be hard to break down. This is Chelsea and Man City. Then he has got Norwich and Burnley at home, but I think Smith Rowe is a gamble. It really is a gamble, and I think if you want to go for it, but I don't feel tempted, especially for his price. Even if it was 4.5 million, I wouldn't feel tempted. But, you know, 7.8% owned, it's up to you guys, but I don't feel tempted. There are, in my opinion, better options out there. You could find that extra 0.5 million and go up to Willock once he moves to Newcastle. Good to me, FPL wise. Willock's better than Smith Rowe, FPL wise. So definitely probably look the other way towards Willock instead of going for Smith Rowe, in my opinion. Another player I think you guys should avoid is Obafemi from Southampton. Now, as far as we know, there looks like there's a bid in place, there's a deal in place for Armstrong from Blackburn. So it's more likely, we know they play like a 4-4-2 a lot of the time. So it's probably going to be, if they do get the Armstrong deal over the line, it's probably going to be Armstrong and Che Adams. Now Danny Ings is gone. Obafemi would have been a lovely one if they didn't, you know, go for or try to, you know, try and get another new striker. But Obafemi looking more likely to be one to avoid, in my opinion. So I think he should be one to avoid, definitely. Now another one to avoid, last one, is Watford's attack, their forward line. So it's not Sarr's a midfielder, so he's not part of this. Talking about likes of King, Dennis, Cucho, Fletcher. How many forwards have they got? They've got like 100,000 forwards they've signed. It's going to be hard to predict who's going to start. So I'd say the best bet, like I said, probably if you want to go for Sarr, if you want an attacker, but he's not classed as a forward. But forward-wise in FPL, just avoid the forward section for Watford, in my opinion. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I've been the FPL Penguin. You've been the bubbly Bunch Army. And shall see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe and hit the notification bell too. And see you in the next video, guys. Take care.
So let me break it all down for you.
I ain't never giving up, I ain't never
You know
giving
I'm taking that crown from you.
I ain't worried about your